launch your income agency. So come on in. We're going to get to chatting, friends. Thank you so much for joining. And I am going to talk about the agency. We are going to talk about all things launch your income. So let me know if you have questions. We're going to get to talking and chatting in just a few minutes. I always want to make sure I am supporting you all and helping you grow. And so we'll have got a little music going, a little music going on there. And we'll get to connect there in a second. I'm gonna turn my change my account so that we can get started in a second. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody joining. So we're gonna get to talking and chatting. I appreciate everybody coming on in, friends. So this is what it's all about. All of us joining and getting to know each other and learning from one another. So you guys can get the support you need as well. And I am, well, I'll keep that there for now. And we'll get to chatting and talking. So I'm not going to be on super long. This is going to be a quick come on in. We're going to get to chat. I'm going to let YouTube push people in a room for a little bit. I'm going to hop over to TikTok relatively soon. So I want to get over sooner than later. So I just want to make sure I'm over there connecting with you all and answering any questions. And so we'll get to chatting and talking. Thank you so much for the heart, the like. I appreciate the support, friend. Let me know who you are. Come on in. Let's get to chatting. Let me know who's in the room. I appreciate you joining the live. I'm assuming we're going to get some more of our friends to come on in a second. So come on in. We're going to get to chatting. And then let's see. Hello. How you doing, pals? You had a marathon, just me. You know, when we get some more friends that's joined since, but I appreciate your friend. That's the thing about the YT I really don't like. You don't know. You don't know who's on the other side of the screen. You're like, oh, come on, say something. Hi. So, hello, friends who are all here. I appreciate you coming in. Go ahead and say good morning or good afternoon. It might be morning where you're at. How you doing? I'm here. Let me know. Um, and so, yeah, come on in. I appreciate it. Um, so come on in. Um, Hold on 1 second. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like the live, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click the button to subscribe and also click my bell to get notifications of when I go live and when I post content. In the meantime, I'm about to transition over to TikTok, so you know I'm over there, and I'm going to talk about the Creator Network. I'm going to be on probably right at 60 minutes because I have my 6:30 Zoom call with my agency community. So we're doing our call. So I got to make sure I'm up and I'm ready. I send out notifications. Hey there, travel with me. How you doing, friend? Come on in. How you doing? Travel with me. I appreciate you, friend. So come in. Go ahead and put something else in the chat so I know you're here. Make sure you click the like if you haven't done so already to say you like the live. And then, like I said, if you are a subscriber, click that subscriber button. I go live twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. And so I'm here. I'm helping you understand the live streaming platform. And then ultimately, I talk a lot about TikTok. So a lot of the stuff I offer are tips and strategies for you to grow on TikTok. But I'm happy to show and share some information about YouTube. And this becomes a playlist. So if there's ever anything I say here that you're like, what did she talk about? It'll be available for you to go back and look at. I'm going to actually make some available. I'm going to try to do it tonight. I have a couple videos from last week I have to release. So want to make sure that you guys are growing. And I love questions. I love engagement. and that helps to keep the live going. So we're going to get to chatting in 1 second. I'm going to move over into the YouTube playground. I'm sorry, the TikTok playground. And like I said, I'm happy to answer questions here as well. Um, but hold on. So, um, and so I am, give me 1 second. Let's see, one more time. I have to send notifications to my people. There's a few people who are asking for next steps. Let me see, and I gotta make sure I'm checking in on some people because they're asking to join the agency. Hello, friends coming into the room. I'm happy I looked up. Thank you for joining. I appreciate everybody who's here. We are getting ready to go live shortly on the TikTok side of the streets. And so you guys can join me over there. And then I will get to chatting and supporting you in your journey. And huh, so let's see. Yeah. Um, let's see. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you put a comment in. Like, make sure you let me know you like that you like the live, and then let me know if you have any questions. Hi there. Good at it. I'm not ready to sign anything. All right, and let me know if you have any questions. If you do. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's chat. Let's chat. Uh, so yeah, let's chat, friend, because I am starting to multitask quite a bit lately. It seems like whenever I get ready to go live, I think people know it from the TikTok. I got a few questions I was answering just before I went live, and I know today is one of those days where I'm gonna be busy. But I appreciate you, pals. Yeah, let's talk. um, my weekends, I usually can, obviously the way the screen, people come into YouTube is a little different. They come into small waves. Um, and so we keep it professional in this chat. And so I'm used to modding for myself at times on the weekends because I'll use I'll remove people from the room pretty quickly. Some people who are not on topic, so I try to make sure people stay on topic and we get to talking and chatting. And then I try to remind people, you said I'm blushing, yes. I was like, let me go ahead. I got you. So I try to make sure I address the questions so that it stays professional. But every now and then you get somebody who's going like off topic, and I gotta remove them from the room. I don't like doing it, but sometimes it has to happen. So yeah, keep it professional, keep the chat professional. I also say you gotta be 18 years and older, just so that we can stay focused. So I appreciate your friends. So 18 years and older, we're going to stay focused on live streaming. We're going to talk about the agency. And like I said, I'm going to probably keep it like right at an hour because I know I have the other chat, the other meeting happening later today. And there's people responding trying to get in who haven't finished the process. So I have to kind of tend to some of those questions and just make sure everybody's good to go there too. But I pressed the go live button on TikTok, y'all. So we're gonna get started over there. Hello, TikTok. Thank you so much for being here. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. So I am here. We're gonna get to talking and chatting. Pals, let's talk too. I really do think I need some support, but we'll see how this goes. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you so much. We're gonna get to talking and chatting over here. And I always want to make sure I'm answering questions. Let's see, I'm just going to send a few. Okie dokie, appreciate your friend. And send a few messages out to people. Thank you so much. How are you? Hello. Those are coming into the room already. I appreciate your pals. Thank you so much. Brenda, hello, friends. Come on in. We're going to get to talking and chatting over here. I love the support for the live stream. And then I'm going to make sure that if you are attending, if you're already in agency, just a reminder, we're doing our meeting this evening. So I'll repeat that a few more times so that people know we are meeting tonight on the Zoom. So not here on TikTok, but on the Zoom. So Bev said, I'm going to say hi to her again. I'm going to say hi to Bev. Miss Bev. Hello, Miss Bev. How are you, friend? I am. I am. I'm only going to be on for about an hour at max because we're doing the Zoom call now. So you have homework, friend. You have homework. Oh, I do. I was just in there doing it, and I guess I sidetracked because I was like, I did a live. Said I'm gonna do a live at 4. So I was like, let me get myself together so I can get out here and do this live. And forgot to finish. I did go on there and I was looking at the agreement. Okay. I took screenshots so I can read everything because it's a lot. Okay, it is a lot, and that's TikTok's language. So it is a lot. Go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to message me. I'm doing my 6:30 weekly Zoom call tonight, 6:30 Eastern. Okay. So you have to, and when I get off the call, I'm going to send the final link, the registration link to join that. So if you do it before, I will say if you did it before 5:45, 6 o'clock, I'll send you the link. If not, then we can chat next week. Okay? Okay, I'll try because I know I have somewhere to be around 6, but I'll try to. Is it a Zoom, a regular Zoom? Because I have Zoom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll look out for the link. I have to send you my email for you to send it to me, or I get it off of TikTok. No, you gotta officially become part of the agency first. So your first step is to accept the invite to be in the agency because it's only for people in the agency. I have to manage it that way because TikTok says I can't coach or poach people who are already with creator network agencies. So you have to accept that first, and then you also have to send me. I'm going to send you my web link so that you can send me your email, your phone, and just know all the details. What agency is a creator network agency? I'll give you 1 second, Jar. I'm gonna share the details. But yeah, so you have to do that step first in order for you to be invited to the Zoom call. Okay. Okay, so I'll go back in there because I know it's like hit next and I was screenshotting, but I'll go back in there and finish everything. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. All right, take care. I'll see you later, hopefully. Okay. Bye bye. All right, bye bye. So I have to draw. I got you. She said you have to draw. She knew I knew how to do it. I know how to do it, friends. Okay, so yes, friend, it's a creator network agency. It is part of TikTok's creator network agency. So let me say this. I mean, obviously, it's a thing. TikTok wants people to go live. And so TikTok offers these agencies to support you with your journey from training, monetization tips and strategies, with support when it comes to understanding different campaigns and incentives going on, and then advocacy if your account is in violation or banned. I actually had my first appeal I had to submit, and we got it approved. Um, so really it is a way for you to navigate the live streaming process with support. It's free. It's free, so it's free to use. So essentially, what happens when you go live is that TikTok is paying you based on your live stream and the gifts and engagement you get. You get up to 53% of that. I tell people it's really like 49%. But since they advertise it's up to 53%, TikTok gets the remainder, the other 47% or so, and then they use a percentage like 1 or 2, and they have some other incentives in there. But essentially, that's how agencies get paid. So TikTok uses their portion to pay agencies. And what happens is, my job is to support you, and that's what I do. I have the school account, I have the Zoom meetings, I have the WhatsApp, I have the group here, and we talk about different ways to increase. Do you have another account? No, I have imposters. I have imposters. Yes, I have the people out there impersonating me. Yes, I do. So, I submitted the paperwork to have them. Said, "Oh no, yeah, they did, they did." Sultry Nana, now Sultry Nana coming. Okay, I'm gonna accept this one real quick, y'all. Let me say hi to her. I do it because I know it's y'all and I support y'all, but I'm just gonna be real quick. Hey, Sultry Nana. I answered because it was you, Fred, but I'm not gonna stay long. No, seriously, I have to go because we have our meeting tonight at 6:30. But I just wanted to say hello. I'm not up for a battle, friend. Not for a battle. No, thank you. I can't because I have to help people real quick, and then I'm jetting off. I appreciate you. my beautiful mentor, Dr. Lisa. She is fabulous. If you have not already joined her team, please do so. It is well worth it. She teaches, she challenges, and she makes you a better TikToker. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm doing. I'm out here in the streets. I'm saving lives. All right. One TikTok at a time. All right, friend. Appreciate you. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So, as y'all see, I'm rocking and rolling today. Hello, friends coming in. How you doing, Coach Rhonda? See your friend. Okay, so I'm talking fast because I do actually have to go. I'm gonna stay on for about right an hour. So we'll see 5:30 or so I'll get off. But let me say, let's see. Nature Beauty. Nature Beauty. So one of my imposters must have reached out, huh? So when I'm communicating with you in the chat that we have where I said I don't see where you were accepted. Let me know if you're still in the room. Let me know. I think she might have left. I don't know if you're still in the room, but if you are still in the room, let me know. The chat that we have communicating, I still don't see where you got accepted or submitted your acceptance. So that's one thing. So let's chat about that. Now, any other chat that is someone reached out to you, then that is a fake. That is an imposter, rather, impersonator. So let me look one more time because I know you had just messaged me about it. Yeah, it's still showing that you didn't accept yet. So it's in there. Okay. All right, friends. Let me know if you have any questions. How you doing, Coach Rhonda? How are you doing, E-Nurse? My friends coming in. How's everybody doing? Let me know if there's any questions. I see you all. Coach Rhonda, I know our Zoom call conflicts when you go live. So I mean, it's up to you if you want to attend a portion of it and then do your live because your community is used to your schedule. And, you want to kind of keep that, build upon that. So I think that's important. Hello, G Money. Appreciate your friend. Come on in. Appreciate everybody coming into the live. We're going to get to tapping and sharing. I'm going to share off my live. I think I did already. I shared the live. And so like I said, I'm gonna stay on probably another. It's about 5:30 overall, just so I can connect with folks and answer any questions. And then, if you are curious about the agency, I could talk about that as well. I always want to make sure I am also promoting and recruiting new people, so that you know what's available to you. I do. I do answer y'all calls, as y'all can tell. I'm probably going to have to figure out in the future how much I'm able to do that. But I do want to make sure I'm supporting you, especially my new people who are just getting accustomed to going live and you get acclimated and you're trying to figure out all the buttons and stuff. I've had a few new folks start with me recently, and they're still trying to figure out all the things they need to know to go live. So I'm here for you, friends. I know people feel when it comes to committing to go live, it's a process. So I know that's part of it. But at the end of the day, nothing happens. I mean, it's up to you in terms of how. I don't have requirements for you. I do strongly encourage you to go live, and I share that with you because if you don't if you don't go live, obviously your live's not going to get pushed out. So that it is what it is. If you do go live and you come up with a consistent schedule and you're increasing in your time of going live and you're increasing in terms of your commitment to your community and how you are improving your live stream overall, those are the things that'll make your live start growing. More people, you'll get more people in your room, and you'll see that growth happen. But it doesn't happen overnight. So I always say that it doesn't happen overnight. You said today's meeting was for new people, or was it for Wednesday? Wednesday's meeting is for new people. Today is for everybody. Today is for everybody. So everybody. So it's community wide. And am I considered new? Laugh out loud. Are you considered new? You said, am I? So Wednesday is for everybody too. Wednesday is open to everybody. The only reason why I say Wednesday is for my new people is because sometimes the questions become so advanced that I want people to feel like they can ask the questions that are like, okay, Dr. Lisa, when how do I change my effects? Or question, I'm trying to think of other questions. How do I pin comments? Okay, Lisa, Dr. Lisa, what are Thank you. You're welcome. Like, so I'm thinking that level. Like, if you're like, if you know how to pin comments, if you know, I don't know, if you know what the blue box means, if you know how to daily heart me and you know a little bit about that, then you ain't necessarily new. I'm just going to say that out loud. There's some things that you've kind of been in these streets for long enough. But I think as a new live host, those are things that you do need to know because you need to understand how your viewers are coming in when it comes to how you can support their growth and development. And then there's some things that you need to know in terms of just tapping your screen. How do you talk about your live stream? What's your intro? What are you saying to get your audience to engage back with you? So there's some things just in terms of, um, how you engage and how you get engagement. That's going to be important. Now, do people who aren't new need to know that? Absolutely. But I guess I just don't want the questions to be, okay, I want to know about leagues. I want to know about the gift gallery. I want to know about subscriptions. I want to know. See, that stuff that's like next level stuff to me. Those are things that we all need to know and think about. But the beginners just need to build that confidence. They need to feel like, okay, if I go live, who's going to see me? Those are the questions they had. They're like, what happens when I go live? So I want to be able to talk from that level about confidence building and just making sure you're okay with the live streaming process. And obviously, there's questions surrounding um, some of the advanced stuff too. But I don't. I think that's like the next level. And as you start attending the Sunday lives too, the Sunday meetings, you'll know a little bit more. Hello, Mrs. Treetop. How are you, friend? And then coming up with your schedule. I think that's something important to know too. Just coming up with your schedule. Hello, how you doing, Miss Darlene? Appreciate you coming in, friend. Hey, did you guys? Okay, so this is a new feature. Let me say this one really quickly. Because I've noticed it pops up for me. It's not consistent, but I've noticed it popped up for me a few times when I'm going to visit some of your rooms. Have you guys seen the reposting the live? Have y'all seen that one? I don't know if that's popped up for everybody. I'm gonna add my live to my story. I haven't done that. Yes, yes. No. Hmm. Yeah. So, hey Sheila, how are you, friend? Yeah. So reposting. Oh, TikTok gave us a flash goal. Let me see. I missed it this morning, so let me see what it is today. TikTok gave me a heart me. We'll do it, y'all. I said I'm not staying on super long, so but we'll do it. Yes, highlights. Tell me more. You know what? I reposted it, but I guess I didn't go back to look at what I reposted. Interesting. So it shares highlight. But okay, let's back up. So when you're in the live, it tells me to repost that person's live while I'm in it. So it's not showing it real time. Interesting. So as the once the live ends, it'll show highlights from that live, I'm assuming. Hello, Sheila. How are you? I haven't went live today. Okay. This, yeah, it's been maybe the last 24 to 48 hours I've noticed that it'll pop up. Yeah, waiting to send heart me paid off. There we go, friend. Thank you so much, Mr. CJ. Appreciate you coming in. So, I appreciate you waiting up. Because I think TikTok told me what, 10? Oh, seven. 7. Okay, 7 of 2 of 7. But I know some of you guys have sent it already. I appreciate it, friends. So yeah, so Mrs. Treetop, I need to go back and look at it then. So when I had reposted those lives, you're saying I reposted ultimately a highlight of those lives. I'm gonna go back and look at my content to see what the repost looks like. So it reposts a highlight of that live. Interesting. And so I wonder how is that helpful after the live? Because you would think you want to share while the person's live. Interesting, TikTok. I don't know about that one. I think it's a nice concept, but I don't know if that really is helpful if the person's already done with their live. Hmm. Thank you so much, Project Loop. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much for that. How you doing, Black Lotus? Appreciate the support as well. Um, Thank you so much, Mrs. Treetop, for the um, populars as well. So I was sharing earlier, I'm not going to stay on super long because I have the meeting tonight at 6:30. And so I need to be able to go in and send the Zoom link to any new person that registered in the last 24 hours or so. And then I have a few people who are trying to join as we speak. So um, I've had some people get their system notifications. Yeah, yeah. Hey friends, how are you? How you doing? Come on in. Appreciate you, Nika Grace. Thank you so much. And so I am going to do a meeting for my new people, like my friend Sheila. I know you're super new. There's some other people who are brand new. We're going to do a separate conversation on Wednesday. All are welcome. You know I don't discriminate for who comes to the meetings, but I try to say that the meeting is for people who are relatively new to going live. If you are new, how you doing, some sugar? Happy Sunday. If you are new and you're still trying to figure out the basics to me are like, okay, what does the heart mean? What does that mean? Like when you're thinking about that. Okay, what does the blue box? Like some people don't even know the details behind the blue box and how you pay attention to that. Or how do I share out my live? Those type of questions. So I'm just trying to make sure you understand, like, okay, there's some things you need to do tapping your live. Okay, so I want to make sure people understand that. I have the checklist document there. The very first time I did the Wednesday call, I kind of walked through that as kind of a structured way of understanding the ways you can set up your live, how you set it up, what you should do before your live, during your live, and then after your live. So just recognizing there's some things that as you are engaged in this process, it's a learning curve, but at the same time, as you do it more and more frequently, you get familiar and it's not as challenging. One more heart me chat. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you so much, Miss Darlene. Appreciate that. So thank you so much, Some Sugar, for the populars as well. There we go. Just let them run, don't ramble. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. We got it. I was a little nervous. I don't know how TikTok comes up with the heart me for me, but I didn't do it earlier, so maybe that was going to be my flash goal from the morning. So it's all good. I appreciate you all. And so with the Wednesday call, I'll be able to talk to some of the new people. And then, like I said, if you have questions, whenever you have questions, I feel free to ask, and I will either tell you where you can get your information from if I don't know the answer, or we have friends in the room that know answers to different questions. So definitely you want to connect that way too. Um, so I see you guys connected in the chat. Awesome, awesome. Appreciate it. How you doing, Mama Leanne? Appreciate you coming on in. And then tonight's call, we'll go through a couple things. I have some things on my agenda. We'll talk about the promote code. We'll talk about coupon. I'm sorry, I keep saying code. Promote coupon. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about ways that you guys can get a little bit more support from your live by doing that. I kind of use that as a way to share with you all. It's not a magic wand, but it really is designed to let TikTok push your live out to a few more people. Those people come in and then they have to decide if they want to stay and listen. So then it becomes up to you in terms of how you engage those new viewers and connecting with them. And then hopefully you get new followers from it if you don't already have followers. So you get new followers, and then you also get more visibility to your live in general. So that's the goal. So we'll talk through that in the call tonight, and then we'll talk a little bit more about ways that I can kind of give you prompts and support as you are live too. Because there's a feature called Manager Cues. I haven't used it before, and so I was thinking I might use it for a few of you as you're having questions. Oh, thank you so much, David. How are you, friend? Appreciate that. Um, Let me know if you have questions as well. And hello, Kim. How are you, friends? Coming on in. I see all of you all come in. Let me know where you're from. Put it in the chat. Let me know where you're from. And then and like I said, we'll do the call this afternoon as well, so we can at 6:30, so we can make sure that we're answering questions too. There, Maryland, welcome, welcome from Orlando, Florida, friend. Someone from Orlando. Thank you for the daily heart, man. Appreciate it as well. And so one thing I was just talking about, just really quickly, I was talking about when you Michigan. Oh, I didn't know you were from Michigan. My home state is Illinois, so we're neighbors. Illinois. I'm from Chicago originally. From Chicago. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're from Detroit, the Bronx, New York. Nice, Dagger Brown. Appreciate you, friend. I Yes, I am. I got a New York connection too. I lived in New York, not the Bronx. I lived in Brooklyn for about 4 months. I had done an internship in New Jersey. See, I have a New Jersey connection too. Did an internship in New Jersey, and then I met a boy, and we got engaged. And I lived in New York, and we decided to move back to his home state, which is Florida, which is where I'm at now. So that's how I got to Florida. That's like a long story short. And that boy I'm not married to anymore. So there's a new boy I'm married to. So I always have to tell that story like, yeah, not no more. So, all right, friends. All right, so couple things. Yes, I always have to say that like, he ain't the boy no more, but whatever. So, couple other things really quickly. I was sharing the repost, and then I'll tell you guys now while you're in the live. While y'all in the live, click the arrow again and look at promote, because when I talk about that later, I want you guys, especially my new people, I want you to have a frame of reference of what I'm talking about. So click promote so you kind of know what's happening there, and then you'll see where that screen takes you to the promote screen. So that is literally what I'm talking about when I say promote. Okay. And so I have a coupon, I have to activate it, I have to click that, I have to do all that when I show up on your live. So I just want to share that because I don't want you guys to be like, what are you talking about? That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay. So how you doing, Coach Chantel? Thank you so much, friend. And then like I said, the repost feature is new. That's something that you guys need to pay attention to too. As you're thinking about engagement in a live, you can repost it, and then obviously you can copy the link, and then you can share it on other platforms. So there's great ways to promote your live. You could do that as a live host, and then you can have your viewers support your live and push your live different places. So many people will copy the link. Some people will share it out. I started, so if you press down, there's another way to share the live. People say the power share. But if you press down on my nose or glasses in the middle of the screen with your finger, it actually pulls up a screen where you can send the live out to your friends, to your followers, your supporters. When you're host, it says top supporters, and then it will say recent people. Well, as you are searching, if you scroll all the way down, you're like, you know what? I'm so tired of sending it to the same people all the time. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can use that search symbol. And if you search a couple letters, maybe you search the word, I don't know, cat, CAT, anything that has CAT in it, it starts to pop up, and you could share your live to those people. You can just go down the line. So, as a live host, I'm telling you this from your perspective, from a live host perspective, you can share your live to other people, not just the people who show up that you've shared it with all the time. So, you do want to mix that up sometimes, because if you're sending it always to the same people, maybe you want to expand your followers or other people to see your live and know that you're going live. The other thing is you can post to your story. That's a feature you can use as well. So when I go live, I just posted my live to my story. And then I also shared my live to those groups. I say that all the time. Like you, so the Launch Your Income group, and then people add me to their groups. So I was like, okay, well, let me share my live to these groups, because these are people who are in this group from other communities, other parts of the app. So now they know I go live. So maybe they may pop in. So just think about how you're sharing out your live, and making sure you're being a little bit diverse in terms of how you share it out as well. Okay? I just want to say that so that way you can start reaching additional folks. That's great information. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, friend. Um, and so, yeah, you definitely want to be as diverse as possible with sharing it out and trying different ways to reach people. Um, you're probably all over the world. It's a good thing, I guess. I had to write up the imposters are very creative too. I had to submit 5. It was total of 5 so far, and it looked like there might be 2 more that's still in there that's waiting to kind of pop up. They haven't just created the page yet. They created the username, but not the page. But and then there's some that are creative where they don't use the username, but they use my image and my content. So that's sneaky as well. But yeah, the imposters are out there, so it's interesting just trying to keep up with all of them, and making sure that they don't obviously that they don't you know, impersonate to the point where they are scamming somebody under my name. So I don't want that. And then just trying to make sure that people know and are aware that there are fake accounts out there. Let me talk about that. Maybe that's something I'll talk about, because I have wrote some stuff down. There was a few people that have shared in the within the agency that they got some messages. So I want to make sure that I talk about that. So we'll talk about fake accounts real quick here. So if you receive a message from TikTok that says TikTok Help Center or help something like that, what kind of doctor are you? PhD, Leadership in Education, concentration Higher Ed Administration. So I've worked all of my career at colleges and universities. I did a small stint with social work as well, but not long. But mainly colleges and universities, and then I left and worked with a company that was adjacent to colleges. They supported colleges with their online program management. So that was the job I left right before here. So yes, how you doing, Sherry? Hi, friends. So PhD, higher ed administration was the concentration, leadership and education, and then senior leadership for student affairs is the roles I had, specifically career services and academic advising. So yeah, thank you so much. Student support services too. Thank you so much, friend. Hello, Olivia. How are you, friend? Hello again. How you doing? You said that's amazing. Appreciate you. I said that's amazing, girl. Thank you for that. Um, Imposters. So let's talk about this. Not imposters, but the fake account. So TikTok has an imposter, y'all. So you said love it. Thank you so much, friend. So there's so people have been getting this inbox message that says, "Oh, we've detected some fake scam behavior on your account. Someone's reported you." Whatever it is, it's like this long message that sounds like it's official. First of all, TikTok don't communicate with you that way, so it's fake. That does not happen with TikTok. When you get messages from TikTok, TikTok puts it right in your screen. You got a message from TikTok. Go to your help center, or that's in the inbox area, or it'll be a system notification from TikTok. So that's another place that they send messages. Or if you are in your live stream, it's right in the middle of the screen that says, "Here's what's happening." Okay, so whether it's a restriction or a violation or whatever the case may be, it's right in the middle of your screen. It's not in the chat. Thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate you all. Let me know if you have any questions. I answer questions as we go. You can see I'm always in the chat. So I saw that message as well, shaking my head. Yeah, so it's not real. Did it come in your inbox? If it came in your inbox, it's definitely not real. If it came as a system notification, then that would be a different case. Good afternoon. Oh, appreciate your friend. And so just be careful. System notifications, or I'm sorry, the notification message that comes in the chat, TikTok does not communicate with you in your chat. So I want to reiterate that, especially for my people who are new to going live. If you get any message that you're having to look down and you see that somebody sent something to you there, or a message came through, then that is fake as well. TikTok does not communicate that way. Okay. I like community that teach. Oh, I love that. You are in the right room, friend. You are in the right room. I accepted another person with your name and you. It was not me, friend. It wasn't. I reported the. So here's what I have to do when I get those imposters. I have 5 of them that I literally just reported. Um, where I have to send it to TikTok Legal. You don't do it in the app. You actually go to a website. There's a whole form. I did a video about this, but there's a whole form you complete, and you have to do screenshots of those individual websites that are fake, and you want to make sure that you report it that way. So nature, I did communicate with you where I was saying I still didn't receive your message, your confirmation. Let me check one more time. Let me check right now, because it was still showing up that you needed to accept. And yeah, it still shows up as pending. So I didn't get it. It didn't show up. So what you will need to do is go to the system notification and see if you see the one where it says a creator network. Click it again and see what happens. And just make sure you're on. You said my guess. I missed it. My guess. See if you're on the one, the right Wi-Fi. Sometimes the Wi-Fi could be a problem. So just make sure that you get it through, so I can after I get off this call, I'll go in and see who else needs to, who else is accepted, and then I will send you the Zoom link for our meeting tonight. Okay. Yeah, just go back through and see. But right now it's still showing pending for me. So yeah, that thread that I said it was pending, it was. That was me. Now anybody else that said hello, how are you? All this is that's not me. Just for the record, if you ever get a message like that, hello, how are you, and all this other stuff, then that's not me. Okay, it's never me. Those are the people who are trying to get you to accept their notification and all this stuff. Now, if I'm communicating with you here, then I will go in a system and communicate with you directly, so you'll see it pretty much immediately after we get off the live because I've communicated with you in the live. And then afterwards, that thread is open so we can continue our conversation. But anything else beyond that is not me. The cryptocurrency, the investment, all that that's not me. So just know there are scammers out there. There are some imposters. And unfortunately, I had my share of them. And I know there's some other creators that have like, hundreds that create accounts based on them being here. So people say the imposters and impersonators should be is flattery. Imitation is a form of flattery. It's not impressed. I am not impressed by it at all. So not impressed. But yes, so we'll see if they get rid of them pretty quickly. I sent the notification. It usually takes TikTok about 4 days, 3 or 4 days. So I did it this weekend. So it'll probably hopefully I'll get an email by Wednesday or Thursday that they got rid of it. Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying. And it's annoying when you're trying to do this type of work and you're trying to help people. And I recognize my audience. My audience is people like me. Like it takes us a minute to trust people. First of all, you see somebody on the internet. It took me a minute because I say it all the time. I was faceless at first. I was like, do I want to be on the internet? Do I want to show my face? I don't know. Our generation is like, okay, you ain't supposed to be on the internet like that. You want to be careful. You don't know who out there going to scam you and stuff. And so with that, it's a trust issue. We all have that trust. Is we're trained and taught to be skeptical and don't mistrust people who are out here because they can easily scam you. So I'm cognizant of that. So I don't like the fact that it may seem like it's not, people are getting scammed. Yeah, I was accepted to your live agency. I just accepted the terms. Can you verify? Give me 1 second, Celine. I'll check right now, friend. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, that's what you said for real. I know. It's I don't see you in my pending list, so that means you are in my accepted list. Let's see. Let's see. You should be there. You are. I see you, friend. Awesome, awesome. So here's what'll happen. Let me send you the website link. Let me send that to you now. Let me send you the website link as we speak. So when you're in here, you can send me your website. Go to my website. You're going to fill out my quick little form. And ask for your email address, all that stuff. You're going to fill out my form because that puts you in my database. My database is through Stan. This is my Stan landing page. So you're going to get an email confirmation after you hit submit. You're going to get an email confirmation that tells you to go to my Stan. In that email confirmation, you'll see where I have the link for school and the link for WhatsApp. Okay, so join those. That's how you join my school, and that's how you join my WhatsApp. Those are private groups. So I don't promote it. I don't tell people my website here because that's a private page just for people in the agency. So just know that that's something that you'll get, and then ultimately I'm going to send it to you now. So hopefully it works. All you have to do is copy paste the link into a browser. Some people were having trouble with that, but hopefully it works. If you copy paste it in a browser, because TikTok doesn't have clickable links, then you can go there, fill out the form, hit submit, and then check your email for those other two links, for the community links. And then once I get off the live, I'm going to send a reminder email to everybody for the Zoom meeting. So that's how you'll get the Zoom link. It's a registration link. So hello, Kat. How are you? How are you doing, friend? Okay, great. And I'm gonna send it to you right now, so I don't forget to do it. And so you'll have that as well. Let's see. And anybody who would like to join the agency, you are welcome to. And hopefully, when is the Zoom? The Zoom is tonight at 6:30. So for, I know we're in different time zones. So almost hour and a half from now, somewhere along there. So yeah, so it's tonight at 6:30. 6:30. We're at 4:45 right now, my time. Um, let's see, let's see. And now the beauty of the Zoom meeting, I do record it. You said you tried to join. You tried to join again. Let me know. You know what? Let me know if you tried to join again. There was somebody who tried to join last week. I think you and her name was Cassandra. She fixed her problem when she went to go apply again. It didn't work at first. It took like another 3 or 4 days, and then she was just she told me to check again, and I checked, and she was able to be invited. So go ahead and click the link, and I can check again. No, not again. Okay, go ahead and check the link, and if you want to click, I can check and see if it works. I'll be there in the car by hubby will drive. Okay, perfect. Um, so yeah, when it comes to, hold on one second, let me see if I can find you really quickly. When it comes to TikTok, I know certain people are making changes and stuff. What is it all about? Give me 1 second, Christmas. I'm going to give you my whole little spiel in 1 second. Let me send this message to Celine so she can get started. And then I will give you um, the full spill. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Celine, it is sent. Okay. It's sent to you. I always like to put the email, the website one more time so you can just easily copy paste it. Okay, there you go. Okay. And then are you emailing me the link or are you putting it in the message? It's in your TikTok message. It was just sent to you via TikTok. Okay. So it's in TikTok for you, and then you will copy paste that into your browser, fill out my form, and you get an email confirmation, which has the school and a WhatsApp link. That's how you get that. So all of this, hopefully, if it works that way, it's all automated. But sometimes it doesn't work that way, and I do have to email it. So we'll see if it works for you. Okay, God, thanks. You're welcome, friend. Okay, so Christmas, really quickly. What? And I'm gonna stay on probably to about 5:30. I'm trying to talk a little faster because I know I have to do the reminder email to everybody and make sure that some of my new people like Celine gets the registration. Hey Sunshine, I'm doing well. Jill, how are you, friend? Um, so here's what it is. TikTok has a program called the Creator Network Program. And it is an agency, Creator Network Agency is helping people who are creators like you, me, all of us. Hello, Sarah. We're creators, so we're here. It helps you with getting training, support, advocacy if something happens to your account. So training meaning that helping you go live, helping you feel confident and comfortable going live, helping you go live consistently because TikTok recognizes the live streaming business is really another way to kind of build community, to monetize, and they want to see it grow. So they have these agencies to be their eyes and ears for people who are interested in going live, who want to go live. Maybe they're a little uneasy about the process, they don't understand it, and so they can work with an agency to support them in terms of their live goals as well as strategies to essentially monetize. And then advocacy, if something happens to your account, the agency can support and advocate on your behalf. So I had to submit my first one and we got it approved, y'all. So we're going to share to that. The person was able to get their account back up. So they were going to be on restriction for I think 4 days, and they were only on restriction for 24 hours. So it works. It works, y'all. I do live. I'm not nervous about it. Okay, look at you. It too much. I got you. Not nervous that much about it. I got you. You need an agency, especially since I lost my account. Yes, that is true. So Sarah is talking about her other account. She had to start a new account, and the new account is under the agency. But essentially, you have some bad actors out there, some scammers, some hackers, all the things, and so you got to be careful. And so the agency can advocate on your behalf if something happens to your account. Okay. Typically, let me put a little caveat on this though. The agency can advocate, especially when it comes to the live stream. Okay, because the database shows us your live activity. It does not show me your content activity. I mean, I can look you up for the most part, but I'm not seeing like if your content is in violation and stuff like that. So it is really focused on your live streaming and that experience and what's happening with your account. So, but you can submit help desk tickets and just see what's going on with that person's account. So yeah, so that I could do. Um, when it comes to the agency is free. It's free. It's a free service. The way TikTok has it structured is that if you are going live, TikTok, your live stream can get monetized based on the engagement of your live as well as the gifts that you get. And so TikTok gets a percentage. So they promote that you can make up to 53%, and TikTok takes the 47. Now, actually, it's a little less than 53. It's more like 49%. But regardless, TikTok takes their cut. So with their cut, they use their cut, TikTok's cut, to pay the agency. So the agency is able to get a percentage based on helping people who are going live and keeping you going live and making you more consistent. Okay, how do people lose their accounts? Well, there's different ways. I mean, TikTok has their community guidelines. And so, depending on what's happening in your live, TikTok will say you're violating one of the community guidelines. So it just depends on what's going on. The person who got the violation, it was based on TikTok was saying that her content was not aligned with what TikTok wanted in terms of its community guidelines. So she got a violation for her content piece. And so she thought somebody was reporting her. So sometimes that happens. And when I submitted the ticket, I didn't see what the violation details were. So I actually said, I can't see the details, but here's what the creator's telling me. And it doesn't seem like her account should be in violation. So I don't know if someone anonymously reported her content and TikTok just went with it, or if it was something about what she was sharing that they didn't agree with. So little stuff like that, I tell people, and this particular creator, I was saying, okay, make sure you have on your audience control and make sure you have on your content disclosure. Okay. And that's key. And I'll talk about that in the meeting today because I think that's something where many of us, and I'm saying the collective us, are talking about things that are not for people who are 18 years and older, whether it's something dealing with a topic that's more sensitive in nature, maybe it's something healthcare related or counseling related or monetization, because they can't earn rewards if you're not 18 years and older based on going live. So just recognize there's some things that you probably need to think differently about your content. So you want to turn on the content disclosure if you are talking about your content. Now, you want to turn off the content disclosure if you're going to do the friendly gaming gameplay things like the beings or the battling, the matches, stuff like that. So thank you so much, friend. And so just recognize it just depends on what you're doing with your live stream. You toggle that off, but you toggle it on if your topic is focused on your general topic conversations. So that's important to know. And then there's some things that you just got to be careful about what you do and say. You can't drive where you're going live. TikTok, says that's unsafe. And that's against their community guidelines. Obviously, you got to be careful about what you drink because they don't know what's in the cup. So that is important, especially if you don't have that audience control on where it's 18 years and older. So again, be careful about what you're doing. And then some of the things what you say, you can't talk about illicit drugs. TikTok's like, oh, wait a minute. Again, audience control as well as your content disclosure. So just be careful in terms of what you're saying and what you're doing. Okay. Um, so long story short, Christmas. If you want to join the agency, you can click the link here. I can see if you are eligible. You cannot be with an agency already. That's I can't coach or poach anybody who's with an agency. You have to be in the U.S. or Canada because that's where my agency is registered under those countries. And then you can't have violations on your account already to join an agency. That's a no-no. And then if you have already gone live, made a lot of money, like 5,000 over the last 5 months, TikTok says, you know what, you're good. You don't need support. You got this thing. So 1 million followers too is another reason why you can't do it. You said in Florida. I'm in Orlando. Awesome. You're in Christmas, Florida. Is that what Christmas is that what you mean? I'm in Orlando, so I'm right up the road. TikTok says that you're not allowed to talk about other platforms as well. You're not allowed to. Yeah, you're not allowed to put people on other push people off the platform. That's what she's talking about. You can with your content disclosure, you can name different things. You can say different things. Again, you just got to be careful about how you say it. Oh, you said it's the last name. Okay, gotcha. Awesome. I said no. Okay, gotcha, friend. You said not Christmas, not Christmas Florida. Uh, Good evening, Dr. Lisa, everyone. How you doing, Brenda? Appreciate your Palm Bay. Nice, nice. I know Palm Bay. Yeah, well, you're not far from me. You're up the road. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. Appreciate you being here, friend. Thank you so much for the gifts. I see you all. Appreciate that. So yeah, so with the agency, here's what I'll say about the agency too, because people, you said yeah, hour, yep, yep. Um, when it comes to the agency, let me share this out loud. TikTok, basically has it so that as the agency is growing, the first commitment is 1 year. So 1 year is actually for you and me because it's my ability to support you as you grow and go live. And it's not, it's something where if you're going to do it, it's about consistency and engagement. That 1 year commitment is also just making sure that you're able to maximize as much earnings as possible, recognizing that in the beginning it is getting the algorithms getting to know you. You're getting comfortable being in front of the camera, you're getting comfortable talking about your topic, and then obviously you want to learn how to engage and support your audience so that you can build your community. That takes time. Okay. I tell people all the time, I think we have the mindset that, oh, instantly I show up and they gonna all come and everything's gonna be great and my live is gonna be bumping and thriving and all these things are gonna happen. That doesn't happen that way. It doesn't. And so it does require you to show up and be consistent because, again, depending on what your topic is and who your audience is, they want to, people are not always coming on the app constantly. And when they do, they want to know that you're going to be there. Okay, so being consistent in your engagement, both in your live stream, but also in other content that's related to your topic, as well as attending other lives that you can connect and engage with people, that's going to help you grow. That's going to help you get more visibility on your live stream. That's going to get the algorithm used to you and knowing that you're here and you're showing up. And then obviously, as you are becoming more consistent, you'll get pushed out. But it's going to require you to engage both in your audience, the demographic you're trying to serve. So maybe you're trying to talk to women who are perimenopausal, menopausal, or retirees, or empty nesters, or people in a certain niche like crafting, and you're thinking about ways you can connect with them, or if you want to go really niche down, crocheting, or drawing, or coloring, or graphic design, you got to make sure you're engaging with that audience because they don't know you exist. So you got to be intentional about what's your engagement in posting content that's going to appeal to them, but also making sure you are showing up, going live too. So it's a process, and I think it takes time to kind of get a rhythm and get used to things, and so that's why the agency is structured the way it is. It's helping you to grow. I have the school account. I have the groups that are here for you all. I do the weekly Zoom meetings. I don't think I'm going to stop doing the weekly Zooms. We have to talk today about the holiday weekend because I want to be cognizant of people going on vacation and stuff for holiday weekend. But I'm not doing anything, so I can still go live and do the Zoom meeting. And then we have the WhatsApp group for you guys to chat over there. And then essentially I have emails and TikTok. So there's multiple ways for you to get information and communication from me. The school is going to be a resource hub for you so you can get information there. And then obviously I meet with you. So if you want to meet and chat and talk, I want to do that as well. So just recognize that's why it's structured that way, because this is not like, again, this is not an instant gratification thing. This is something where if you're going to do it, I want you to be consistent about it. I strongly encourage you to think about doing it at least 3 days out of the week if you can, at least an hour. We got some people who are exceeding that, okay? And it's awesome. Thank you so much, Nikki Grace. Appreciate the glasses. What was that? The rock the stage. Living in Florida is a daily vacation. It is. My husband's like, you don't get out enough. Now my son, my preschool, I was about to say my preschooler, my kindergartner, I walk him to school. So I've been doing that for 2 weeks straight, y'all. So we gonna see. Your girl gonna try to get out every morning and walk him, but that's more or less when I get out throughout the day and I get a chance to connect with him. But I moved here 3 years ago. Oh wow, nice, nice. I've been living in Florida. Gosh, I think I'm over 20 years now. Cause my daughter will be 20. Her birthday is actually next Sunday, so she'll be 20 on Sunday, and I moved a year and a half before. Yeah, 2 years before that. I can say 2 years before that. Yeah. So 22 years. I'm 22 years in, y'all. Florida girl. Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much. How you doing the main event? Appreciate you coming in. Yes. So, hello. How are you, friends? So, just recognize all that matters. Let me say this. I love that you did this, some sugar. Let me pin this because this is important. We often overlook the engagement that needs to happen. So, some sugar said hello. She did the @ symbol. She said hello to Christmas. Just recognizing that as you are on the live stream, you are connecting with people. Don't let people say you can't connect. That's the whole point of this. Okay? You are building your community, you are connecting with people, you are growing. So that's important because, again, if you don't, you're gonna be like, well, why am I not growing? Why am I not meeting people? You go to lives to do that. And you go to lives in your topic or demographic in particular. But you want to make sure you're growing and connecting with people. I tried it years ago in Boca, but moved back to a great job in NYC. Did you really? Okay. Yeah, I lived in not Boca. I lived in South Florida though. We started off in South Florida, Pembroke Pines area, right outside of Fort Lauderdale, in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And so that's where I started for the first 6 years, 6.5 years, and then I've been in Orlando ever since. Yep. You said, hey, hi, Sam. How long does the application process take? It's immediate. If you click the link, I'll tell you now if you got accepted. I'll let you know. Let me know if you click the link. If you click the link, let me know. Let me check. Just refresh my screen. Yeah, I don't think anybody clicked it yet. Hold on, where am I clicking? Yeah, so I have friends that area. Yep. Yeah. So we started there. That's probably where I would want to retire if I had a choice. My current husband, he's from Tampa, so he's not too partial towards South Florida, but I like South Florida. Sometimes making the chat move is uncomfortable. Oh, really? You think so? What you mean in terms of the words moving up and down, or you're saying engagement in the chat? It depends on the live stream. And to your point, some live hosts don't say it enough. You know what I'm saying? No. So you're in a live, and I think that's something we need to kind of, as you are engagement, yes, yes, as you are in a live, and especially people in the agency for launch your income, I teach you that you want your chat to chat. You want your chat to chat. Matter of fact, you need your chat to chat. Okay? So you want to ask questions, you want to engage. You are not just a professor doing instruction. Okay? This is not a lecture. So the live stream is different. The live stream has to constantly keep moving. The room is chatting, people are connecting, and as a live host, you're like, oh gosh, I got to keep up with the comments. You got to keep up with the comments because that means that people feel seen and heard. That means that people feel like, okay, you know what? She gets me. She understands. Or their question is being answered. And if their question is not being answered, TikTok usually will tell you somebody's being filtered. Or you can say, if I didn't see your comment, it's not me, it's TikTok. Okay? Put your comment again. Sometimes TikTok will filter comments, especially if the chat is really chatting. Hello, what did I miss? Nothing much, friend. We're just talking about the agency, and I think I'm just sharing general information this time around. But chatting matters. The likes, you'll see the likes that are happening here. The likes matter. We're at 66.5 K likes, and is let me check Black Lotus. That's Black Lotus, isn't it? Look at you, friend, with your 20.8K likes. Appreciate you. Look at you. Thank you so much, friend. She got her little helper helping along. I'm noticing more filtering. Not sure if it's just me. Interesting. In your live stream? Interesting. Do me a favor, Coach Chantel. Next time you go live, go into your settings and see if you need to unblock some filtered words. Because that was a situation I had a couple weeks ago. I had my people were complimenting my hair when I got it done a few weeks back, or well, it was like 5 weeks ago. So, and I didn't see it, and I didn't say anything. I wasn't trying to be shady, but I didn't see it because hair was a filtered word. So it was a block word. So just recognize sometimes you have to check for that and just clear those words out. Okay. So yeah, just check. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate your friend. I applied. Just started my TikTok back up after a year. Look at you, Bog. Was it Bogsy? Thank you so much for being here. How you doing, Dr. Jim? Appreciate your friend coming in. Let me know if you have questions. Um, so yeah, that is okay. Let's see, Bogsy. Let's see, friend. Oh, it's coming through, friend. Hello. Okay. Um, and let me know. Live on TikTok every day. Look at you. What's your TikTok topic about? It's going through actually. It's accepting you. What's your TikTok topic? Um, where you going live every day? Love that. Um, Thank you so much. So you got a system notification from me because it went through. How do you learn so much? How did you learn so much? Showing up live every day, twice a day. And then I tell people all the time, so the PhD, if nothing else, the PhD teaches you how to do research. I mean, no joke about that. You learn how to do research. I'm inquisitive in nature, and what happens when you go live? You're looking at different screens, things are popping up, and then I memorize stuff. I have a pretty decent memory, and so I can see what's happening. And a lot of this is just repetition, just talking about it, sharing, helping to understand stuff. People will come to my life and say, Dr. Lisa, did you see this? Dr. Lisa, I learned this. And they come up as a guest and they teach us something. And so because I've taught for some time, when people share something with me, I can synthesize that information, summarize it really easily, and then I'll share it. And, I'm able to kind of share it out what I heard from people. And then sometimes, the question mark, I tell people all the time, like, for example, if you click the number of the people in the room, you click that question mark in the top corner. It talks about top viewers and who are the top viewer lists, which are people you want to connect with. When you think about a Chantel and Nika Grace and Some Sugar and Quetta and Miss Treetop and Black Lotus, these are people you want to connect with. And so you're able to click that really quickly and see a question mark. So it tells you about the taps. Those taps were almost at 70,000 taps. And so those taps matter. It tells you that the comments matter. The comments is important because people who are commenting, your viewers, they're getting 3 points for every 10 minutes. The likes, they're getting 3 points for every 10 minutes. So you're able to see that and know what's happening, and you can tell your audience. Boxy. So next step for you, friend. Okay, so your comment got filtered. Your comment got filtered. Let me, or who? Somebody put a comment in and it got filtered. Maybe I should say that somebody's comment got filtered, so I don't see it. So if you put a comment in, let me know. So when it comes to um, the next step, you're gonna get a system notification from TikTok that will um, tell you that a creator network just invited you, and you have to accept that notification. Okay, so really quickly, this is my shop page. You see the inbox message here. You're going to click the inbox, and then that's the system notification. It's backwards right now because I don't have it mirrored. Let me turn around. So you see the system notification there. That's what happens. You're going to click that, and in that system notification, it's going to say a creator network invited you. You click it, and then you accept. Once you accept it, I will send you my website link for you to then go on and put in your contact information. And then once you put in your contact information, you hit submit, and then you will receive a confirmation email from me that will have my school and my WhatsApp group links to those communities, so you can join both of those. School is where it's almost like a repository library. It's our community for sharing information. You can go back, get training. There's modules in there so you can get training and stuff. And then in WhatsApp, you have it's kind of like a chat room. So we have people over there chatting. We have a group that's focused on battles. You don't have to battle, but it is focused on battling. So I just want to make sure you guys have as much information and ability to connect with one another as possible. So that's where those resources are. I'm doing a weekly Zoom meeting so that you know I do a weekly Zoom meeting at 6:30 tonight, 6:30 Eastern. I'm in Florida, so 6:30 Eastern. We'll do that meeting, and then there's some stuff I want to share with you all. You know, I give information here in the live streams because I go live at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. So I give information here. How you doing, Coach Jesse? But we can be a little bit more unfiltered on the Zoom, so we can kind of talk and chat, and people share stuff that they've experienced and some questions they have. So it is it's a good way to kind of learn from each other. So I don't want us to you miss out on those learning opportunities. And then also, like I said, I go live twice a day, so people come in here and say, "Hey, Doc, I found this question or I have this situation." So we'll talk through that as well. And then, like I said, I'm doing a Wednesday call for my newbies, my new people, because I want to make sure they also are able to ask questions like, you know, you know, why do I want the chat to talk? What's the heart messages? How many likes do you need? You know, those questions kind of are new questions, but they're questions that you need to know as you're thinking about your live and activating your live. Okay. All right, friends. Let me know if there's any other questions. So, my friend Moxie, you essentially have a system notification. You accept that. You get a notification from me. It's going to be an inbox message with my web page. You submit that. You submit the contact information on my web page, and then um, you get the links to my communities. You join those communities, and then I'm going to send out a reminder email tonight. I'm going to try to do it at definitely by 6 o'clock, probably like by 5:45 because I'm gonna get off shortly. So I'm gonna send out that reminder. So anybody I need to kind of do last minute requests for, I'll make sure they get it. Thanks so much. I enjoyed your room. Appreciate your friend. Thank you for being here. And so, but yeah, let me know if there's any other questions. Like I said, we'll get off shortly just so I can do my last minute outreach to a reminder message and adding new people to the group. I'm sure there's a few people I have to add to my school account. Let's see. So I'll be doing that as well. What did I miss? You didn't miss much. I was sharing. I think I was more or less just reiterating what um what you've already heard. And so yeah, you didn't miss much. Flash code already happened. It did. We got the daily heartbeat. Dr. Lisa, do you know if Angela did good this afternoon? I forgot all about her. You know what? I was able to pop in on her. She did. She did great. She did great. She did her live. She did it. She did it. And I think now she needs to accept the system notification. But yeah, I popped in at the tail end because I saw where she was live. Yep. So at the very tail end of it, because Angela and I had already been friends. So she was showing up. Somebody who didn't show up, it was somebody else who wanted support. And because they didn't show up in my bubble, so I need to make sure I'm following them. So that's the thing about it. Everybody in the agency, I try to follow you all. I have to follow you actually if I'm able to put you in a group. So I have to follow you. But yeah, Coach Jesse, I don't think you missed much. You asked, what did you miss? Anything I said that was new out of the box, I talk about, I think I was just reiterating a lot of stuff I've already talked about. I don't think you missed anything new. Is there any space for a battle game after game next week? Is there any space for a battle? Oh, she's talking to you, Coach Jesse. Miss Sterling's talking to you. Hello, friend. Thank you for the donuts and the populars. I appreciate you, friends. Appreciate the support. Um, and that's something else. Like I share it all the time. You don't have to battle, but I do talk about it in terms of your strategy for monetization. Because I want you guys to understand the benefit, the gain for building your community, as well as engagement with your community, and then ultimately growing from a monetization from a diamonds perspective. So that's another strategy. So I don't want you guys to miss out on that, um, and totally overlook that. Don't have to do it. No requirement. But I always tell people you don't want to go back and be like, Dr. Lisa, why am I not growing? What's going on with my life? What's all this stuff? It means that you need to do that engagement on the front end. That means engagement with people's content for your audience, the type of audience you're trying to reach, as well as going to other lives that are meetup of audience members that you want to connect with, and then finally making sure that you're educating your audience on how to engage and grow and build, and then doing the battling. Okay, so that is that, or doing the gamification, the gameplay. Doesn't have to always be battles, but it can be the gameplay. So how do you do those type of things? Okay. Um, so let me know if there's other questions, friends. I'm gonna head off shortly. I'll probably get off in the next. Hello, Sunshine. How are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if there's any other questions for you all. Pals, thank you for the donut. Appreciate it, friend. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Let me know if there's any final questions as well. Okay, hey, how you doing, Sunshine? Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, friends. Well, look here. Let me let y'all go. I've been going live officially an hour. I said I was going to stay on for an hour. It's been an hour and 6 minutes. So I wasn't going to do 90 minutes today because I know I have some work I need to do with sending out the reminder message, and I have a few people who joined, and I'm probably going to try to send out the reminder message right at 6 o'clock because I think I have a few more people that are trying to join. So I want to make sure I get answer inbox messages and make sure they have an opportunity to join the meeting. But all of you who already got my notification, you're welcome to. You already have it, so you're good. It's just the new people who don't have it yet. Okay. All right, dear friends. I'm gonna chat with y'all later. Thank you so much. I will see y'all at 6:30. Those who are joining the agency. All right. Take care. Bye bye. 6:30, Dr. Lisa. Yes. All right. Bye bye. All right, friends. Thank you so much. I'll see you all later. Thank you so much for being here.